bag on me right now. Making the mad, I shine now. I just started the game, about to pave a new lane. Thug living on my lifestyle. 30 bands on me right now. I'm the man, it's my time now. All them days without a way, I'ma make a way and do it right now. I get the bag on me right now. Making the mad, I shine now. I just started the game, about to pave a new lane. Thug living on my lifestyle. 30 bands on me right now. I'm the man, it's my time now. All them days.
This is Taste Reaction Podcast, and today we got a special guest, Nervous. Kendall, say what's up to the people.
Hello everyone.
Tell them what you repping.
So today I'm representing New Wave Cleaning Service. It's my residential and commercial cleaning service. We're focused in the Montgomery County area. We do junk removals, cleanings, move in, move outs, whatever you need. Just give us a call. Oh, and our Instagram is New Wave Cleaning Service LLC, same as Facebook and our website.
She came up there and made shout out to this. It mean the business cards and everything. I'm digging that. I mean, shout out to that. I need to get my business cards made up because most people that come up here that pass by, I got a picture on my phone. And I just tell them, yo, take a picture.
Right. It worked for now.
But you know, that's how that go. But first question is where are you from?
Northtown. Born and raised in Northtown, yes.
Okay, where did you go to high school?
Northtown. Went to Northtown High. I graduated 2012.
Okay. Then
I went to Temple. I graduated technically 2017, but you know, that's college for you.
Okay. So what was your experience in Northtown High School? Like, you know, coming up through that, did you do any programs? Did you play any sports?
I did play sports. I played tennis at a point in time.
Okay.
I was really quiet in I'm like a reserved person in general, but especially in high school, like I stuck to my clique. We wasn't in the mix. We kind of just stayed low key. I really wish I was more involved. It's kind of funny because now that I'm older, I'm trying to go backwards and kind of get so involved into the community, which I should have did raised here this whole time. But,
Okay. So your process from high school to college, what did you major in?
I majored in advertising, which is communications, and a minor in psychology. That was interesting, but it worked together.
So with that, did you have to learn any like graphic design or like marketing skills with that major?
Yeah, so a lot of people think of advertising and they automatically think of like the actual advertisements themselves, but there's like a whole process before you actually do the advertisement, which is the research. So like for instance, we had Absinthe, which there's actually you should try to check them out. There's a local distillery in Philly. He's like a guy, he owns everything, so maybe to like get a deal with him or whatever, but so he had Absinthe, and he's like, how can I promote this? I don't want this and I don't want that. You gotta do interviews with people, find what they think of it, do taste tests, do reactions, kind of like all the research behind it. And with that research, you make a one-page proposal to the creative. So like for instance, you make a commercial. Based off the research, you have to make a commercial off of this. So I was like the research, and then based off that research, they would actually implement the commercials and the things like that.
Okay. So from that process to moving, you know, closer to what you're doing now, we're not gonna say it till we like reveal leading up to that. So what was the process from leaving that to headed out to the real world and then figuring out what you were going to do long term?
So I did an internship actually for it was a communications internship in Conshohocken, and it was like it wasn't good. Like I didn't like it. Bryan Communications.
Okay.
So it wasn't as diverse as I'd liked it. I didn't feel like I fit in. I don't think people, and this was around the time Trump was being elected, so you really saw people's views on what was what, and I just felt like I can't relate. I can't converse with this. Like I don't know. It was just hard, and especially what you learn in advertising is there's no minority. It's like a very, very small population of minorities in there. So if you fit in, like you know, it's hard basically. So I saw that and knew I did not want to work for somebody where I didn't fit in. I didn't feel comfortable. I couldn't support what I wanted to support. So I kind of knew like basically you gotta start something or else you're just not gonna be happy. And I put my happiness above everything. So it was kind of like do or die.
That was actually my first start when even doing this in the first place.
Right.
You know, that's my drive. I don't want to work for nobody no more.
Exactly.
And if I do, then it's gonna be something small.
Right.
But I want to be dependent on my own self. Because you see how the community going.
Right.
You see how things are moving and where it's moving towards.
Right. And a lot of people think like, oh, I got fired, it's the end of the world. But you really never know what's around that corner and what, everything has a place in a specific time for a reason. So
I think I was forced into that position.
Right.
Because if not, I would have been there for a while.
Exactly.
I'm not going to hold you. I would have been
right,
there.
that's money. Like,
The money was
especially
good.
if you overtime, what?
The money was good.
Yeah.
So sitting back, think about it, I actually took a nice pay cut for a while. Next thing you know, I'm back. They gave me a raise to my normal pay.
Right.
My
Lit,
normal
right.
pay. Then I got another job that's making more than
Than what
that.
that
So
is.
it's like on top of doing my whole podcast thing,
Right.
moving into my own business. So full circle, it actually came around
Right.
like real good. And I ain't really complaining too much right now.
That's so lit. And I think this is an amazing thing you're doing, so that's super lit.
Cool. So moving into your cleaning business, how did that start? Like, what was the thinking process like moving towards it before it actually became like reality?
So my friends came to me and they're like, how can we? Oh, shit, gotta cut that. They were like, how can we make money? Fast, basically. We can either do a daycare. What can we do to basically split money?
You.
Know what this is?
What's up with you?
What's my name?
Who is that? I'm in front of the lights. I can't even see.
Ada.
Oh, what's up with you?
Not that much gonna work.
Word.
I see you doing your own broadcast and shit.
Appreciate it.
Oh,
Shout out to you.
I'm alright. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Yeah, and that's a love from town.
Right, that's lit.
But what was you saying? Go ahead.
So how we started New Wave. So basically we were just looking for somewhere. So the end goal for me right now is to have rental property.
Hold up, you were saying leading into it. You say you were talking to your
Yeah.
friends about maybe a daycare business. So we taking
Right,
a look.
right.
We spoon feeding
Okay.
people. So like, what made you go to cleaning instead of daycare business? Because like my mom had a daycare
Right.
business, and it was no lie. My mom was bringing in about like 10 sacks a month.
Money. Yeah.
So it was like she was doing pretty
Right.
well. So what was the?
I think it was
decision?
because whatever we invested in first was something small to get us to point B. So there's always like another tier that you should be aiming to hit once you accomplish that first one. And to do a daycare, you would have to have more time, more money, more resources. So it's about what do you want first. So if a daycare isn't my passion, why am I going to invest so much time into it when cleaning service isn't my passion? But it's way cheaper to start, and you can kind of get employees faster. So then that way you can kind of branch off from that and be onto your second level of whatever you want to invest to next. So it was more so about the timing, because the first level, like I said, we weren't really too invested in. Like, we're still not, like, this isn't the end goal. So it was like, kind of balance out what'll get accomplished first and like how, basically.
Okay, so what made you stick there? Because I know, like I've done security for a while, so we deal with a lot of different cleaning services.
Right.
And I know that field is very, very competitive.
Right,
We're talking
right.
like oversaturated.
Yeah.
So what's y'all niche and like, that made you be like, damn, I can compete with the people who are already
Right.
being real competitive.
So I found a lot of cleaning services are actually kind of bigger. It's not like the mom and pop. So it's like I don't know, like probably 20 plus employees. So it's kind of not that personalization you get. So with me, I'm cleaning your house, I'm the owner, you have a product, like it's kind of like really connected. The customer's so super connected, and we're really young. So they're like, wow, you're so young. And it did take a while for us to kick off because of how young we were. A lot of people kind of doubt us, like, no, y'all too young, or you're not serious. But eventually we saw, so if you go on our reviews, we have like 15 plus reviews, all 5 stars. So it kind of starts talking for ourselves. So
Okay.
I think being young and determined, and the consistency, like we were talking about earlier, being consistent will take you beyond any words that can basically say.
So what was the process of your, like, from building a business, coming up with the name, and then meeting your first client? So starting with the name, and so how'd you
Okay.
come up with the name?
So it was me and 2 partners. We were sitting there. I'm not good at names and all that, so I kind of could do like everything else. So I'm like, you guys can think of the name, and then I'll kind of rock out with it. So we were kind of thinking of, I don't remember how New Wave came up, But it was like the first name we thought of, and we was just like, whatever, I don't really care. It wasn't like the main priority of it, but it still worked. We looked up online. It wasn't too many, areas around here with New Wave, so we just went with it. And then we had to do our website, make sure you got your insurance, and kind of follow the process of how you can actually become a certified cleaning service, which is very easy. It's literally super easy. We got trained online. You pay, like, it's so easy to just follow those steps. And then you do your promotion, so you can like sign up for different places online that like help you, like Home Advisor, Angie's List, Thumbtack. There's so many places on top of actually going door to door and promoting yourself. So, and then that's how we got our first. It took like 6 months to actually launch, so
Okay.
it seems soon like easy, but it took a while.
Okay.
And then we finally got there.
So the process from the name to like, what was the first step after coming out with the name and then executing?
Getting our LLC. So
Okay.
directly after the name, you have to register that name so that no one else can use it, and so that you're a registered entity in PA. So that's $125. I could send y'all the link if y'all need it, because it's not hard. You literally fill out paper, fill out your address, and then boom, you're a registered LLC in PA. And then you want to go on the IRS website and you get an EIN, which is like a social for your business. And then that's how you have technically a certified business in PA. And then you want to probably get certified, so you can find certifications online easy. So especially if you know what you're doing, you could just pay $100, take a test, and boom, you're a certified cleaner. And then we got insurance, because we do not want to mess people's stuff up. Insurance was an important thing. We were kind of scared, like.
You can't kill that, babe. Rashid, you can't.
Right, you will go to jail. We won't care what.
Yeah.
I can't kill it.
Yeah,
I think it's illegal,
extinct.
either.
Yeah, it's illegal. You go to jail.
Bro, it's on my porch. That's like somebody coming into your house trying to break in and you shoot them and they're saying, oh, you can't shoot that
No,
person.
it's a praying mantis thing.
or something.
Yeah, it's
like,
Word.
get, like protected or
Exactly.
something.
You can't kill them. You really try to kill this dude.
Right here, all burned.
No,
He
I
not
just hit him with the
breathing no
smoke.
No, you
definitely bring
him.
them.
You definitely look. He's praying for y'all.
more. Oh my God.
Shout out, look, he's still flying, so we good.
I'm sorry.
But alright, so okay, that's an interesting thing, like, cause I like to partially explain stuff to people that like we not necessarily a business yet.
Right.
Like for us to become a business, like I said, we gotta get endorsements, we gotta start making a
Right,
profit.
right.
My projection as far as where we're trying to make profits at, we're almost meeting it.
Okay.
We're
okay,
almost,
so
but
you
it's not
figured.
actually.
Right,
So
right.
I think more so it's trying to figure out the difference between copyright and
Patents.
patents. You know, compared to the LLC thing, which is actually business.
Right. Yeah, with the patents, that's more so your design, like your logo
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that, right?
Yup.
And then the LLC.
So it's like my logo, and I got multiple logos,
Right,
and all that stuff.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can actually send you the website. So part of my, should I talk about my nonprofit? Can I talk about
Yeah.
that? Okay, so yeah, part of
this your interview. You good?
so part of my nonprofit is to actually help people for free do these things. So I like certain people pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do this when you can literally Google it, or I can send you the link, and as long as you know the difference in what you're looking for, like right now you could be a sole proprietorship because it's your business and it's just you. So technically you could be a legal business as of right now, but some people don't know that, or some people are like, you have to get an LLC. No, LLCs are more so when you get bigger and you want to separate yourself from a business because
and you're making a profit.
Exactly. So, well, technically, even to be a business legally in PA, like you don't have to make $1. You could make $0, but business wise, of course, you need a profit. But yeah, a lot of people just don't know the differences. That's why my nonprofit is here. Like, I'll do it for free. Like, let's sit down. We could do this. You got a business plan. Let's write your proposals, like page by page. We could do this because I really want to, let people be educated on things like that. You should know your options, basically.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the nonprofit because we already here, and then
Right.
we're gonna shoot backward.
Okay, that's
There's
fine.
Still other questions.
All right.
So let's talk about the nonprofit. thing.
Okay. So that's Rawless Revolution. I kind of wanted the name to be rough and like aggressive because that's what revolution is. It's nothing fun. It's nothing pretty. It's hard work. It's sweat. It's tears. And it's passion. I think passion drives and takes you a long way. So Rawless Revolution is like a nonprofit. And as I mentioned, I want to basically make everybody that can possibly have a business have a business. It grows your economic growth. It grows you as a person. It grows you as a culture. Like I think I don't know. I think what I really want to do is just help, no matter what it is, how it is. And I think like everybody has a specific lane, and you don't want to step on other people's toes because you guys could just collaborate for all that. So I did a lot of research, see what's out there, what's not, what's missing, what people are doing, and now like it's all about bringing it together and filling in that gap. So that's where, I mean, we've only been launched for like 2-3 months right now. So
Same with us.
Right. So you know, it's like you just learn as you go and kind of think more outside the box and how you can implement as you learn. So that's where that nonprofit is.
So when you say closing the gap, interesting question, because I think we'll be able to, you know, elaborate back and forth on this. Is what's the biggest issue you've ran into with trying to close that gap?
I think people even listening. Like I can't even, like we were talking about earlier. Somebody who's already more established than you are does not have time for you, it seems. Like, if networking is about not necessarily who you know, but who they know, who they can connect you to, you know. But nobody wants to work with you if you don't have any. Like, who are you again? You know, it's like, no, I don't know, I'm okay. So it's more so, it was, the hardest thing is to make a name for yourself, then go back and network. So then you're kind of working twice as hard versus networking as you go and learning. So then you can fill that gap a lot smoother. It's like you got to create your own lane, then come in and kind of combine it. How do you feel about that?
My issue on that is people just feeling like they're bigger than what they are.
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue. Is like you reach out to people. Mind you, just like I say, for me, it's almost easier for me to reach out to people because I've been doing this for a while. It's not like the podcast is new, but me doing graphic design, relationships with people that I know, that's not new.
Right.
So when people kind of see you doing good and you got good projections and you reach out to those people, it's all love, and then all of a sudden it seemed like procrastination. Won't want to see you win, but want to promote so much positive stuff, and it's like, bro, us together we could really conquer the world, but y'all just like on some funny money. So with me, it's like you kind of get the energy that you feed back.
Right.
Not saying that I'm gonna hold a grudge, but like I'm trying to be positive, and you just kind of stringing me along, and I don't need you.
Right. It's kind
of that type thing. So I don't really be vibing with that too much. I don't feel that too much. Tom. Okay. So that's kind of my biggest thing with that is you know, I just feel like certain people think they too big for themselves.
Right.
You know, it's like I'm having conversation with people that got way more followers than you. That's in Philadelphia. That's whatever that people don't even realize. The sacrifice I'm taking is I haven't got people on Philly from here yet. It's been all Norristown.
Right.
That's a sacrifice.
Right.
People from Philly wanted to hop on here and like, yo, bro, I see what you're doing. I see the vision, and then the people around here just want to be like bitter, and it's like, bro, I'm only bringing positive energy, and it's like y'all don't see me going taking interviews there. We get everybody to come here.
That's
what
I love.
The more people I get to come in here and come sit on a porch or wherever the location is within Norristown, that's more people out of town that's coming here, and it's putting a spotlight on us, and that's kind of the vision. So I would say that's the biggest thing I ran into with people, because you know, certain people just think they're bigger than what they is.
Exactly. And I feel like that's one thing I hope I'll never that's why I be thinking like maybe like what was it that made them do that? Is it that they don't realize, you know, when you have so many people gassing you up, like you lose reality. So I don't know what it is, but definitely.
I need 1 minute, 1 second.
1 minute. I'm not gonna be 1 second.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of my biggest thing with certain people. Is like I understand, no lie. Like you do start to get a little cocky when you start getting that, and you know you've been putting in work for years. Nobody can take that from you. But it's like, bro, learn when you need to humble yourself, and when people got a bigger cause than kind of what you're doing.
And that's how I feel, especially with this nonprofit. Like, I'm putting in my own work, my own money, doing everything by myself. But it's like, it's my cause. And, you know, I can't expect somebody to jump on it and want to help. Like, that's fine, because watch when I get there, regardless, this is going to happen. It's either you with me or not.
It's kind of like you kind of want to be a dickhead.
Right. Like, remember that?
You kind of want to be a whole nut, because you like, people just too big for themselves. You know, when you get big and you get people following you and you feel like you're the man, it's like people start to miss out on the cues of what's going
Right,
on.
right.
And even if they do understand, they don't really want to like tap into it because for whatever reason. But like I told you, you get to a certain point, you want to be a dickhead.
Right.
I want to be a whole nut. I try not to be because you want to be positive, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I reached out to you, and y'all like bigger names. So it's like if y'all see what I'm doing, like I tell people this all the time. What's our Breakfast Club in Narson?
Right.
What is our Power 99 in Narson?
Right.
We too close to all these places, and not even only that. So like for instance, Philly to Norristown, we small.
Right.
But Norristown to Conshohocken and Plymouth, whatever, we the big dogs.
Exactly.
So we help build these communities up, and we bringing money in these communities, and we building clubs, and we building all this, and we putting a lot of groundwork. We don't even have to travel to Philly. People been doing that work for years. People know where Norristown at. They tie up with artists. If that artist like, bro, we got a platform here now. I think you should shoot up here. It could be all love, but it's like really a place of like non-brotherly love because you got to deal with a whole bunch of BS with people.
Yes. One thing I learned is like I used to take it personal. I really used to like, especially with like. Because I have a few different things that I dabble into, and you don't know what's going to take you where, and you kind of spread yourself thin at certain points, but it's all part of the process. But I always shoot my shot, like especially with people inboxes, like because I do like websites and stuff, but that's something all on the side. But hey, like you have this, and especially Norristown. Hey, especially when I was offering websites for free.
Yeah.
How are you going to turn down a free website? How are you going to turn down a free
But they
website?
do.
Yes. I'm like, bro, like I'm just trying to network and build my portfolio. You have a company already. Like I can work on especially I do things like SEO, which is getting your videos and your website found on Google. Like there's analytics to do it. And so I'm like, yo, what? Like it's free, but they like, nah, I'm cool. So it's just all right, keep it pushing. That's what I just got to keep in mind. Like keep it pushing. Right.
Don't let people tie, because like my thing is like this, right? How I look at it is, you got a chance to come on free.
Right.
Other people got a chance to come on free. In a couple months, you want to plug in my video, we charging it for this. We charging for like the bull that I just gave a plug on on Instagram. We charging for that.
Bro, yeah.
I want to teach people how you can make money from multiple different angles, a whole bunch of different revenue, not just views on on YouTube. Because that's one thing you can make money. But then when you talking apparel, and then you talking about marketing, having people come on here and charging them for marketing and promotion, and people who you don't even care about their music, but they want to charge the fee because they want to invest in their self, which is a good thing. All right, bro, I'll give you a 30-second plug. I just want to teach people you don't got to be a rapper to make it out. Everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be whatever, and it's so much other stuff to like learn.
Exactly, and that's why like one of my biggest things is I want people to know their options, because so many people don't know it's either basketball, football, like sports, rapping, especially when you local. Like you just gotta look towards what most people are, which is those things, or else you hustling. And there's so many other ways, like you said, and you just gotta kind of know, or somebody gotta guide you. Like there's nobody there stepping up to be like, hey, like follow me, I did this, I can show you, it's free. It's more like, how much you gonna pay me, or who do you know, like who are you? So
that's another thing. Like I'm a graphic designer, so it's plenty of shit I had to do for free. Even now I learned, like I'm mature now, because even when I started graphic design, I'm like, the fuck? Oh, I can make bread from this. Oh, I'm charging people up. But then you realize you don't got a portfolio. People don't really know who you is, so certain times you just gonna have to do favors, and you feel like it's worth it. Right now, I've been through that process. I've been through that process since like 5th grade and up. Now I know there's something profitable in free. It's not necessarily free. It's not really free. You just investing in yourself, you spending the money, and eventually it's gonna come back around full circle. People don't understand that.
They give up too fast. That's like one thing I noticed with everybody's careers that I've looked at, followed, they never gave up. I feel like as long as you never give up, I promise you, you will become successful. Like keep the drive and just don't give up. Like
paying attention.
Exactly. And that's all part of the learning process too. Like what I saw with New Wave, the cleaning service.
Shout out to that.
Yes, New Wave Cleaning. Nobody gives a F if they don't need a cleaning about a cleaning service. Like, so it's like, how can I make this fun and youthful, but still, you know, that's when I started doing, I don't know if you saw like the videos, I do little skits of dances and just dumb stuff with, but I always implement a broom or like something in there. And now I get people who are my age that I'm cleaning. Most of my people are all old, retired that I clean. Now it's like, oh, I just moved into this house, you know, and it's like, oh wow, this is working. Like,
so what was the process in thinking of that? Because I seen that marketing and I thought it was genius. I thought it was good. Like the whole Sierra joint, or like the In My Feelings, just everything, just those waves that already popping. What made y'all think to tap into that?
So I don't even, how did I do it? I don't even know. Oh, matter of fact, there's somebody on YouTube called Dark Vader. Okay. He does some really cool videos. Like, I don't know if you ever seen, but the camera kind of moves with the body, and it looks like, I don't know, it's just some dope behind like imagery for me. So I was like, I wonder if how could I do that? I don't rap. I don't, you know, I was gonna make a whole song because my friend or one of my partners, he's a videographer. He went to Temple for it. So I'm like, you know, how could we make let's do a whole hip hop song? He's like what? Like, so I'm like, all right, well, what if we implement a song that already exists with the cleaning? So at first it wasn't even really, it was just for my social media to like kind of build, and you have to have consistency or social media or you lose everything overnight. So I'm like, you know, we have to have constant content. I don't even post those videos on my actual New Wave website because I don't want it to kind of tamper with the image. So it just transfers over. So many of my followers are now on my New Wave following just because of the content that I'm bringing. But it really just started as like let's see how this goes, and then it kind of kept going. And I'm like, yo, I love this. Absolutely. But now I don't have like enough people to do it, so it's like it's been slowed down. But yeah, that's how it kind of just happened, like trying to be funny.
Because I mean, I know how that is tapping into new markets, and not even only that, I heard you say like, oh yeah, people following, seeing the image. The great part about the time that we live in today is, unless you do like some out of pocket shit, it ain't no tainting your image because everybody doing everything. We so sensitized to the most craziest stuff that if you doing something like dancing or whatever, people not like whatever. The thing that somebody said to me that resonated crazy, because like my followers on whatchamacallit Not Crazy, because I never paid attention to it. I didn't care to start marketing that way. But I know people paying attention. So outside of my 600 or 1,000 people that I'm following, whatever, they don't add up for us followers or whatever, but once we get it to that, we on the right track. You know, and somebody said a good, they said a good quote, like, you know, sometimes your influence got to be bigger than your followers and, you know, social network. You know, your impact got to be bigger than that. I don't think people be understanding that.
That's one thing I struggle with the my nonprofit, because it's like, if it's not on social media, it didn't happen. So it's like, how can I not exploit that I'm giving out this stuff to these homeless people, but yeah, I need more people to actually care that what I'm doing. So I have to kind of record you eating this, that I'm giving you this, so eat it while you know, it's like I'm exploiting you, and I'm deeply sorry, but like otherwise my nonprofit will not grow. And so you kind of really have to find that balance of like respect and like doing what you got to do, but still promoting it without basically exploiting it and not seeming
disingenuous.
Right, exactly. Like, here, this is just like, no, like, that's why I actually gave out the homeless stuff, like,
I seen it. Shout out to that. Shout out to that. I seen the video. That was dope. It was actually, was it you and your daughter?
No, my niece. That's her daughter.
Your niece, her daughter.
That's my best friend. So actually it's 4 more videos to it. So that was just a summary of it, but each video, like, I went to the municipal building. I talked to shelters, and each video has its own like 2-3 minute clip. So that was like a summary. But I been did that, but it was so much research behind it. I don't want to be the one that just gives out to the homeless. Like, now how can we get jobs for the homeless? Now what are the shelters doing to provide, like, where can I, here's a resource, like, go follow this, like, you know, I want to take it beyond. Even when I gave out book bags to the kids, I gave out 60 book bags. Instead of just, here, do you want one, I went to the shelters, because I know they, like, I want everything to be strategically, like, help the most people as possible without wasting time.
That really need it.
Exactly, like, so.
Instead of people that's just like, oh damn, we need it.
Right, I want one.
But we just gonna go grab like 5 different book bags.
Exactly. So it's like everything has, like, even this is like off topic, but I'm thinking of a twerkathon.
Okay.
So you know how you said you kind of can't go wrong with sex sells.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I can post a picture of me, 1,000 likes, not literally.
Yeah.
I can post a picture of me giving out book bags, 2 likes, maybe a thumbs up. So it's like,
Whoa.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I put a picture of me twerking, or like a 24-hour snap. It was me twerking. You can't see my face. I don't get into all that. So it was like, all right, let me just do my, certain areas.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody's like, yeah, I'll donate to that. I would love to. What? I'll give you an arm, a limb, an eyeball. Like, and it's like, well, why does it have to be me shaking my butt for that? But
Exploiting
it's like, okay,
yourself, like
right.
you say, exploit.
Exactly.
I think that okay. We just tapped
Right.
into the marketing scheme.
Right.
You gotta exploit
Exactly.
something.
No, literally, that's why when she said it was
Yeah.
like they'll like 2 girls more. I'm like, sex sells. Like literally I posted, like usually my snap gets like maybe 100 people views. Now when I put that twerking thing, I had 500 views all of a sudden. So literally you kind of have to get in where you fit in, but at the same time not overdo it. So I think that twerkathon gonna bring some money in though. Like, I think so you really, and I think you'll especially see certain things. Maybe have 2 bad bitches right there,
You just
some
gave me-
palm trees right there.
You just gave me a good ass idea. You know why? Cause like for absolutely.
Listen, I already know. Like, I have so many ideas. I just be thinking about, like, how can I saw some lady. She gives out waters. I don't know what state, if it's Philly or New York, but she does it in like a bikini, like thongs, and she's thick, so it's her stuff all out. And I'm like, I get that, but you don't have like you're giving out waters. Now, if you want to see me give out waters, how much you going to donate to my, like, and then even with the non-profit, like, you have to always bring it back. That's one thing I like. I'm giving out book bags, but it's for economic growth. I'm giving out shelter, like homeless stuff, but it's with resources so that they can get a job, like everything. So I'll give out the twerkathon, and then I'll buy like Monopoly and cash registers and give it to the kids in the hospitals for Christmas. So it's like, you're just going to have to do something modern and then connect it back somewhere down the line, but it's all about remembering your goal and connecting it back. Because if people get lost in the twerking, like, what is this? I'm donating it. Well, actually, all the profits are going to Toys for Tots, and bam. So I think we got to modernize our strategies to fit our demographic.
And I made a post about something like that, like real similar to like the shit that we go through on a daily basis. Because I was like, my vision is never small.
Right.
But a lot of people around here think so small that when you try to do something big, they don't even understand.
Exactly.
It just go like over their head and they don't even see the bigger
Right.
purpose. So like I was telling you, the whole event I was trying to have originally,
Right.
but I had to jip them out of that and
Yeah.
then still charge them up
Right,
more
right.
because it's like, all right, cool, y'all want to overprice something that's not even, that's mediocre that people used to.
Exactly.
All right, cool. We gonna go on that way.
Right.
I don't gotta put a whole bunch of time and energy into it and towards
Right,
whatever, but
right.
I'll put it on a show. Hopefully it works next year.
Right.
You feel me? So it's a good thing that you say that in your whole nonprofit. You definitely look. We gotta team up. We gotta do something for a book bag drive or for a turkey drive. I'm definitely involved. Taste Reaction Podcast. We definitely getting involved in what's going on.
That'd be lit.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
I can't wait.
I mean, the turkey drive. Thanksgiving coming up, so we gotta sit down. We gotta think about that. Chop that up.
Exactly.
See budget. I'm definitely interested in.
Yes, that's the one thing. I think as long as you have somebody else to bounce ideas off of, and then the more people you multiply in that group to bounce ideas off of, like, that's a solid, like, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
But a lot of people just don't see that or don't think you have value. Like, you can't just, you gotta give someone a try.
Charity is where is that too?
Right.
Like, people don't know, even just sometimes turning up and then giving back a small portion.
Exactly.
Like, because you made $1,000, it's hard for you to like even donate 50
Right.
or even 100. You still made an $800 profit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that, and I'm starting to understand why charities come and evolve, because it's unfortunate and it kind of seems
Right.
like you're exploiting people or whatever, but shit, sometimes it's a part of that, but you still got a good heart, so you want to get back, but it's still business moves going on at the end of the day.
Exactly. And that's where you just got to find that balance between like business but still genuinity. And I don't know if that's a word, but it should be.
Hey, look,
It is? What? Genuinity.
We rocking out. I know if that was real enough, but yeah, definitely. But definitely we had good conversation.
Yes,
I'm definitely gonna have her back on because a lot more questions I have to ask. We probably gonna have some stuff going on in the future. But this is Taste Reaction Podcast. Narvis Kendall, New Wave Cleaning. We rocking out Norristown. What is it? King of Pressure. Contra, Hawk, and Plymouth. Look, we everywhere. We repping out. Peace out.
I got the bag on me right now, making the mad hot shine now. Had to start up the game, had to pave a new lane. Thug living on my lifestyle, 30 bands on me right now. I'm the man, it's my time now. All them days without a way, I'ma make a way and do it